to find a lasting solution to the problem. And at this critical time, this is the demands that these Kusasi youth are putting. And what they are doing, it shows that they lack a sincerity, and then they cannot make us feel that they are interested in mediating. Ultimatum from the Kusasi youth is a clear affront to the process of the mediation, which is being spearheaded by Otumfuo Asante, revealing a lack of commitment from them to peace, and instead signaling a strategy of ethnic exclusion and provocation. It is a direct violation of the admonition of the Asante, who has called for cessation of hostilities as he navigates the path towards finding lasting peace. While Mamprugu have not acted in contravention of this admonition, the Kusasis have engaged in various acts of violence and banditry against innocent people in Binduri and Guyoko, killing over 40 Mamprugus in the process. Since the Asante called for a cessation to hostilities, you are mediating. You said both factions should cease hostilities, and one faction continues to kill up to 14 people. We therefore, as the Mamprugu Youth Association, say that 1, we reject outright any call to arrest Nasheriga Alhaji Sedu Abagri. This would amount to an egregious injustice, contempt of court, a violation of a binding court ruling, and a breach of the fundamental human rights of Nasheriga Alhaji Sedu Abagri. 2, we call on the media and all stakeholders to desist from lumping all Boku youth in this act of terrorism committed by the Kusasi youth. The facts show that it is the Kusasi youth who are engaged in these acts of violence against the state, and they have actually publicly accepted this. So there is absolutely no need, as you leave here today, we implore you to stick to the facts. It is the Kusasi youth who are fighting against the state. 3, we call upon the government and the Ghana Police Service to steadfastly uphold the rule of law and not yield to threats and unlawful demands emanating from the Kusasi youth. 4, we humbly implore His Majesty Otumfuo Asante Osei Tutu II, the esteemed mediator, to take due note of this escalating pattern of aggression and bad faith exhibited by the Kusasis, which continues to undermine the prospects for a smooth mediation and a peaceful resolution of this matter. 5, we demand the immediate resumption of armed escorts or armed security escorts on the Boku Bolgatanga Pulimakum Road and the Boku Kulugungu Road to restore free movement of people and goods and to safeguard livelihoods that are currently under severe threat. We have told you that as of today, for the past 2 weeks, nobody can travel from Boku to Bolga. And that should be an issue of concern. If you push people to a wall, you don't want to see the consequences. 6, we call on all citizens to stand firm against intimidation and ethnic profiling and to defend the fundamental principles of justice and peaceful coexistence that are the bedrock of our nation. 7, we urge the government to remain impartial in the Boku chieftaincy conflict and to refrain from any action that could compromise the delicate peace process. This is fundamentally a chieftaincy issue, and the ongoing mediation led by Otumfuo Osei Tutu II must be allowed to proceed without external interference. Any attempt by the state to take sides or act outside the agreed framework risks exacerbating the crisis and eroding trust among all parties. It is the strategy of the Kusasis to use this violence to put pressure on the state, and then the mediator, Asante, to think that there are those in the majority, there are those who have power, then they will rule in their favor. That is the strategy. and we are bringing it to light here. 8. We call on state actors, and most recently the police, to desist from paying attention to only one party of the conflict, specifically the Kusasis, and kowtowing to their every demand. This is a dangerous precedent and must be stopped. 9. We view the conduct of the IGP before the Kusasis in Boku as a grave error in judgment and exposes the ill advice he might have received prior to his visit to Boku. His apology severely erodes the confidence of the men in uniform in the Boku area, thereby exposing them to further attacks by this Kusasi youth. It is akin to rewarding lawlessness and banditry to the neglect of the men and women who have left the comfort of their families and are serving to protect life and property in our dear nation. We therefore believe, it is our considered view, that the IGP must step aside to cleanse the image of the service he has soiled, to assure these young officers that their lives matter. As of now, I've told you, the police have fled and left the area. They have all run and entered into the Divisional Police Command, simply because bandits have been emboldened by the action of the IGP. We, the Mamprugu youth, are sending a clear and resolute message to government and the wider public. We have consistently heeded the wise counsel of our king, the Nairi, who has tirelessly advocated. The Nairi has tirelessly advocated for peaceful coexistence and urged restraint in the face of provocation. However, it has become increasingly apparent that past and present administrations have inadvertently, or we can say advertently, incentivized disruptive behavior by seemingly prioritizing the interests of one group, and that is the Kusasis, over the principles of truth and justice. We, when I say we, that is the people of Mamprugu, we will not stand idly by while a group with no legitimate claim attempts to destabilize our community and impede progress in the community. No way. The leadership of the Mamprugu youth is finding it increasingly challenging to restrain our members who are understandably growing restless and prepared to defend their heritage and their people within the confines of the law. Within the confines of the law. Today you are in Baku and then you cannot travel to Bonga. If you want to seek for medical care, you cannot travel. Foodstuffs you cannot bring inside Baku. In today's Ghana, people pay their taxes. People contribute to the development of the country. Just because some bandits have taken everybody to ransom. And when you are to describe it, you don't say those bandits, you rather say it is everybody in Baku. Our allegiance to the Nairi and Boku Nasheriga is unwavering. Any attempt to remove Nasheriga as wrongly advocated by the Kusasis, or any action that seeks to undermine the authority of the Nairi, will be met with full and unified resolve of the Mamprugu youth. Our commitment is absolute, and our patience should not be mistaken for a weakness. The majority of the youth of Boku, namely the Mamprusis and our allies, possess the inherent capacity to defend ourselves against such acts of banditry and terrorism by the Kusasi youth, who have not spared even the state security apparatus. They have not spared the state security. However, our respect for law and order remains paramount in our engagement with security agencies. We therefore urge law enforcement to be firm and decisive in maintaining law and order in their approach to maintain peace within the Boko traditional area, ensuring that no individual or group is treated above the law. Let us all remember that lasting peace is not forged through intimidation, and justice must be applied equitably. The Mamprugu Youth Association remains committed to peace, but that peace must be built upon a foundation of truth, justice, and the unhindered freedom for all people to engage in commerce and community life without fear or coercion. Thank you, and may God bless His Royal Majesty the Nairi. May God bless Nigeria and Haji Sedu Abagre. May God bless Boko. May God bless Mamprugu. And may God bless our cherished